Pete's got 1,000 videos. Where he keeps them, nobody knows. I think he's got 1 or 2 up his ass. Don't you dare be a grass, because he's watching them so we don't have to. He's watching all the shit so we don't have to. Lots of news at 10s with Trevor McDonald.
Hi guys, PDT here, aka the Tape Keeper, which is already a hell of a misnomer because none of these are my tapes. I've bought them all off eBay. Hi, this is What's on the Tapes, and if you've not seen this before, basically it does what it says on the tin. I've got a load of old VHS tapes, including this one. We're going to look at that in a minute. I don't know what's on them exactly. Sometimes I've got clues, but I've not seen them. I don't know. I'm going to look through them and just see what the contents are. If you're not already following me on Twitter, at What's on the Tapes, then you'll have missed some of the gems that I've unearthed this week, like this.
Come on, Cole, jack back! 50, 50, 50! 50, 50, 50!
And also, there was this.
Come on, Cole, chatterbox! 21!
And of course, who can forget this?
19, 0891, 19.
Yeah, that's right. It's all the same company. I'm assuming they just bought all of the numbers, and I'm kind of hoping to find them all now. It's a bit like if Richard Herring with his consecutive number plate spotting. I feel like maybe I need to try and find 0101 and then 02, 02, 02. And so on and so on. Which, I mean, most of them might not exist. But I'll let you do again. Follow at What's on the Tapes on Twitter and you'll get all further updates on that. This was also the week when I found my first porno. Yeah, exciting times. Or rather not, if I'm honest. This is the tape it was on. As you can see, first 10 minutes, Keep, Clash. First 10 minutes was a performance by The Clash. That was fine. Then there was a lot of weird skateboarding shit in such a quality as to not be worth capturing. But here's a quick look at some of that. And then it became a porno. It became the 1981 seminal classic, in every sense of the word, Nothing to Hide, starring John Leslie and Richard Pacheco. I assume the John Leslie is not that one. There's tapes of him around if you really want to see it. Yeah, other thing is, it was it's clearly like a 10th generation copy. I mean, here's a very small excerpt of not porn.
A house, and later we could have a big family, like the Waltons.
You again?
Yeah, but can we turn the lights off?
Yeah.
As you can see, I could probably just put the whole thing up and nobody would actually know. Sort of between the slightly softcore, well, it seemed from what I could tell to be softcore, the softcore nature of it and just the general awful quality, you could probably just put it on and it wouldn't violate any conditions. But there we go, vintage pornography. chuck it in the pile. So, this is a short episode, probably about half an hour or so. You'll be able to see by the time it's edited, and there is going to be editing. Because I can cut out all the boring bits that you usually get on the live stream, because I don't have anyone to talk to apart from you, dear viewer. So I'll be cutting out all the boring bits like this. See? Yeah. Exciting times. So, today's first tape, it's called John Pilger. I think, is he a political reporter? I think he is. I mean, usually when I'm doing the live streams, I've got my chat to help me. And they'll be like, no, he's not a political reporter. But, just winging it now. This batch of tapes all came with little inserts. I don't know if you can see that. We've got horses. And inside the inserts, I mean, this is why this is the first one. I'm not saving this one up, because I think it's going to be... Yeah, we've got Stealing a Nation, a special report by John Pilger. The War on Democracy, a film by John Pilger. And The War You Didn't See. Veteran broadcaster John Pilger's first film for 3 years. So that's kind of what I'm expecting is going to be on there. But the joy of what's on the tapes is that there might be bits that aren't part of that, and you know, there might be vintage adverts. I don't think this batch of tapes was kind of disappointing, partly for the fact, like what I've seen of it so far, partly for the fact that it's all labelled really nicely. I like the mystery, but also partly for the fact that it's quite recent. You know, when you find stuff and it's got ITV3 logos in the corner, you're like, oh, can't be doing with that. You know, but anyway, let's, for the first time today, find out what's on the tapes. I'm putting it in a very smooth action. So first of all, let's see where the tape was when it was last played. Well, this is certainly... I've got to put the sound on. Oh. So it's the end of whatever that programme was. Come on. Is there going to be something else on the tapes?
Can't what? Give in to it. The chaos. I mean, if it's
Okay.
not the kids arguing, it's the television or Ian. Where's me socks? I mean, Lucy, she don't even like me.
R.I.P. Lucy.
Do you mean you're having second thoughts?
R.I.P. Pat, and she buggered off as well. So,
It's not me, Pat.
classic EastEnders.
I had no idea that she had this plan, Zoe, I swear.
She could have said anything. Why did it have to be that?
Because the best way to lie is to keep things close to the truth, I suppose.
Is this the aftermath
I'm
of
sure
the
it
mum
wasn't
thing?
personal.
I just don't know where I am with that. You're the only thing that stops me from cracking up, Sam.
Oh, Zoe, don't want that, do we? Look, anytime you feel upset or confused, you come and talk to me, okay?
That's, of course, the second Sam Mitchell. Or is it the third? And then I think Daniela Westbrook came back at one point. Anyway, it got confusing. That's all you need to know. So this is quite recent to have Ian Lavender in. I don't know exactly how recent, but...
Rose?
No idea. See, again, we've already found something that was not on the listing. EastEnders. It's not a great find, if I'm honest. Let's see if we can just find the end of that episode, just so we can see what year it was from.
For this. People are dying.
2003, I'm guessing. Although actually this might be 2005 or indeed later.
Join me, Nick Knowles, live tonight at 9 for You Be the Judge, the programme where you, the viewer, decides the outcome of 3 tricky disputes. Your vote really will count, as everyone has agreed to be bound by what you decide.
Wow.
You Be the Judge, after Holby City.
That's a
And
classic
Dominic
show that
acting
I
up
have
in the
no
Holby
memory
match,
of.
While over on BBC Two in a few minutes, FA Cup 5th round action. Sheffield United versus Arsenal.
2005. Okay.
Do you want him to grow up to be a footballer like his dad, or a singer like Mariah Carey?
Yes, 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 it's on its way.
So no information about what's actually in this year's Comic Relief. Just, I mean, I suppose that's the nature of it, but...
10 Red Nose Days, 10 Red Noses, and you can get the new one at Sainsbury's and Oxfam stores, and the official new T-shirt from TK Maxx.
Have you ever dared take your kit off?
No.
Do they even do Red Noses now? I feel like it just became increasingly crap.
Kindly run towards it as fast
I actually found a tape with the Blackadder Cavalier years one on.
It's all very funny. I just need to know if I still have a career.
No, we haven't got time for this.
It'd already been uploaded to YouTube, so I didn't bother capturing it.
Give us your money.
Like me, you've probably read in your newspaper.
This
I
is
heard
long
from some
for a programme
branch
trail.
of the media or other about compassion fatigue. And like me too, you've probably believed that such a thing existed. Like compassion was some kind of finite substance and you can run out of it if you use too much.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Now we're fast forwarding. It would in fact appear that that was the end of the tape. Except not, because there's a lot of space left on the tape. I mean, if there really is nothing else on here, that is a criminal waste of prime real estate. I'll just fast forward a bit, give it the benefit of the doubt. Oh! More EastEnders, because why not? On one hand, I don't know which is more of a waste, not recording anything or recording lots of EastEnders. It's the EastEnders one, isn't it? I'm hoping when I edit all this down, it's going to be like, really entertaining. But it is just me sat here looking at old episodes of EastEnders.
Something you know like before.
This is different from before, because that little girl is an orphan now, except she isn't. She's got us.
That's what I call acting. No idea what little girl they were talking about. I was at university at this point. I didn't care about this stuff.
I challenge you.
Okay.
All right. I accept. Choose your weapons.
Pistols, I'm a very good shot.
Casanova, After Bailiffs on BBC One.
Find out if the celebs know their Cockney rhyming slang.
Whatever happened to David
Behind
Tennant?
the scenes of Albert Square, and follow Ricky Groves' guide to being a rough cut diamond in EastEnders Extra.
I think that's Dean. I can't remember his surname. That's bad of me. I worked with them for a while. BBC Bite Size?
Oh no, not revision.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 whatever.
Revision sending you to sleep? Wake up to BBC Bite Size and get help online.
Incomplete BBC Bite Size Trail. That's the best kind. Again, this thing is telling me that there's nothing more on the tape. By this thing I mean my VCR. It's got an LED which it tells you when it's fast forwarding through actual content. And when it's not, it just does a little sort of circle thing. Okay, so yeah, it does look like there's a bit of a waste of real estate there. But that's okay, because it's 2005, and really, who cares? I mean, I think there can still be some fun stuff post 2002, 2003. But it's not the same, is it? You know, unless you're a child watching this, in which case, I mean, you're not welcome, because there could be bad language and all sorts of things. Please, I don't want to get done. Stop watching now. But, you know, yeah, it's not the same nostalgia value. But let's just see what's on the start of the tape. Nothing. No signal at this point. Yep.
Special report by John Pilger.
Stealing a nation.
This is a special report by John Pilger.
Yeah, you've already said. Can I adjust the tracking? Is that going to help? I mean, that's not made it any better. It's not looking great. I mean, in any sense. Let's fast forward on a few minutes.
On July the 25th, 1968.
There we go.
In this document,
I would say there's John. I
reveals
don't think
that he
that's
is
John
fully
Pilger.
aware that
But
Diego Garcia has a population going back at least 2 generations.
let's see if we can find the first ad break, and then I think we'll move on to something a lot more interesting.
On May, have you ever heard of something called an order in council?
No.
A royal decree using archaic.
I don't want to know. I'm just saying no. I've not heard of it.
Nothing whatever to do with the resettlement.
Come on, give us some ads. We know you're ITV. We saw it at the top of the programme.
Because this story is shocking.
Jesus Christ.
My thoughts exactly. Maybe we're not getting an ad break. Let's see if we can get an ad break now. We almost certainly won't now. I've jinxed it. ...2004.
Order your copy, call 08.
Ah, sod that. I mean, I'll go through it rigorously when I've got the VCR hooked up. But they're probably the kind of person who cuts out the ads. And I was the kind of person who cut out the ads. And future me hates past me with a... doesn't matter, because my tapes are long in a skip somewhere. Which is sad, but there we go. So, next up today we have, what is it? From the Heart. Don't know what it is? Let's find out. Will it be porn? Probably not. Might be. Fingers crossed.
I can't allow this school to be turned into an armed camp.
When vandals strike,
We can run, or we can fight.
good intentions
He doesn't want the cops coming in here, and who does?
turn bad.
Already this tape is so much better than the previous one.
Over there, you're part of it. Keanu Reeves.
Nobody
Whoa.
reads a word. Not about what we do, and not about who does it.
Kiefer Sutherland.
You're making a mistake, hero.
Yeah. Tell me without the mask and maybe I'll believe you.
He grew into his
The
looks,
Brotherhood
didn't
of
he?
Justice,
Kiefer Sutherland.
Wednesday at 9 on 2.
Ah.
And look now, Monday night on 2, which starts in Albertville at 6.
and then travels to the Arctic at 7:40.
Good Lord,
when
I
the
think we
voices
might
from
be
the past
straight into a
come from the
Closedown.
remarkable early
That,
film footage of an
that is
Arctic
skill.
rescue in 1934. One of nature's most strange
It's
and
not, I
beautiful
didn't-
events is
I didn't
explored
wind the
in
tape.
Horizon at 8, when it captures the moment last year when the sun rose over Hawaii and then disappeared again. The alternative TV
That's-
station, KYTV,
Isn't that
brings
just
live
how
coverage
daylight
of an unusual
works?
fight at Wembley at 9, and then new at 9:30. A millionaire property speculator goes on trial in a major fraud case and finds himself in a prison system on the brink of collapse. David
Spoilers.
Heyman and Tom Wilkinson star in the first part of a dynamic 4-part political thriller, Underbelly. With Newsnight at 10:30 and The Late Show at 11:15, that's Monday night on 2. Well, with the time at 25.5 minutes past 1, that brings BBC television programmes to a close for this Sunday night. BBC Radio will be broadcasting through the night, though. On Radio 1 now, you can join John Peel, while on Radio 2, Alice Hill is in the chair for Night Ride. I do hope you'll be joining us again tomorrow, and until then, on
Probably
behalf of
not.
all of us at Television Centre, particularly the team on BBC 2 tonight, this is Helena Kozak wishing you a very good night.
Good night, Helena Kozak. And of course it's BBC 2, so there's no national anthem. Just good times. Although I am slightly worried that I've actually already done this one. That's enough of that. That was quite similar to a Closedown that we did on stream. I don't think it was the same because I don't remember her giving her name. Which, let's face it, you always want to know who your continuity now. Oh, you don't care. Oh, awkward. I mean, I know that the continuity announcers are kind of ignored and sometimes hated by people, but I like a good continuity announcer.
The late night film this Sunday comes from the studios of Francis Coppola, a musical fantasy with Frederick Forrest, Terry Garr, and Nastasia Kinski.
So this is just going to be Affair of the Heart or whatever it was called. Yep, One from the Heart. There we go. So I don't think we're going to be getting anything more from this one, really, sadly. Yeah, it just starts with the continuity announcement. Well, there we go. We got a Closedown at least, and I think. But hey, this is free entertainment, so what more can you expect? Incidentally, if you are enjoying it, please make sure you follow the Twitter at What's on the Tapes. The next live stream will be Wednesday, but there will be some swapping around between Wednesdays and Saturdays as time goes on. The YouTube channel, tinyurl.com/whatyt, and if you're enjoying this and can afford to do so, I do have a sort of PayPal tip jar, tinyurl.com/whatatip. It's funny because it's like what's on the tapes, a tip, it's funny. Right, this is the last tape I'm going to put on today. F2. James Bond, Never Say Never Again has been crossed out. I don't know if you can see that. River Runs and I think Marvin Gaye. And all it says on the label, an enigmatic F2. So, for the final time. I really need to do that. I really need to actually do it every time. Like, Pete, what's on the tapes? And I don't do it, but... What's on the tapes? Let's find out.
Because I think it's very impressive against all those Americans that play all the circuit to come through on top.
Oh wow, it's the good Tony Hawks.
Very good.
I always
So
forget which one's which.
I've just given him 13 for that. Fortitude, I've given him 18 for that as well. Very impressive in that department. Really.
Who are they ranking and why?
Bravery.
And what about impact? Are you swayed by the press and
Yeah, I'm swayed by that as well. I've marked him down on
In
that
the Grand
on
Marvel
13.
tradition, there is a no prize if you can tell me what the hell's going on here.
He was quite impressive. He did cry, didn't he, when he won the Open? And that worked to the advantage for people like Gascoigne, didn't it? Because I thought he was brilliant because he cried.
Yeah.
But Faldo cried and everyone hated him.
Yeah.
You crying it, wasn't it? Yeah.
And now let's see what our studio audience thinks to all that. So can you please mark Nick Faldo? The 5
Nick
categories
Faldo,
out
right.
of 20. Okay, add up your totals and please vote for Nick Faldo now.
This is a very weird show.
See if you're going to beat Barry John.
Okay, it's some kind of Channel 4 greatest sportsman type thing, I guess.
73.
It's not neck and neck, is it?
Very,
Barry John
very
won.
Close. So can we see now the studio audience scores against the total of other people? Well, look at that. Again, nestling.
You're talking about right in the middle. They're just almost completely consistent with me.
Yes. Right in the middle. Nestling in the bosom of our studio audience.
Bosom?
Yeah, I thought they were going to vote a bit higher. I thought we'd all been quite harsh on him in the studio, and I thought they'd had no respect for us. So I suspect that he'll do a bit better when the great viewing public out there.
Well, do you know, it's interesting you should say
Oh,
that.
so there's not even a result tonight. I'm not having that. Don't get the great British public involved. They don't know what they're doing. Ah, here we go. This is what it's all about, guys.
Engrossing and moving, Robert Redford's film stars Brad Pitt
That
and
explains
Craig
River
Shelton as
Runs.
the
I
typical
thought
and
it might be.
incompatible sons of a minister. A river runs through it. Next on 4.
Is this around the time Men in Black came out? This seems very Men in Black.
Most leading engineers are very secretive about what inspires them to build a better car in the future. And the engineers analysing this newer core
Just nobody asks, because who wants to run an interview with an engineer?
Honda did.
Sorry, that's my maths degree coming out.
Honda, as others are finding out, it's built without compromise.
From Gillette comes a unique form of antiperspirant for men, Gillette Series Gel. It's clear, and because it's a soft gel, it gets down to the skin surface for powerful all-day odor and wetness protection. Gillette Series Gel, one of the advanced antiperspirants in the Gillette series.
Oh.
Willie's back.
Now, if you were a baby in the big city, let's do it.
I was about to say a reminder that crap films are available, but come on, Power Rangers.
Rent any movie at Blockbuster Video over the holidays and get a family film rental free.
Free. Oh, Bab.
Like the family said, rent any movie at Blockbuster Video over the holidays and get a family film rental free.
Well, that's definitely going on my inevitable supercut of companies that don't exist anymore.
United States crispy base. Smothered in Crazy Horse Big Boss secret Chicago Town spicy sauce. And Super Bowl heart and soul freedom and liberty. Cheese. Piled high with skyscraping, ticker-taping, San Frantastic. Toppings. The only genuine home-of-the-range, born-in-the-USA pizza you can buy in the UK. The Chicago Town Pizza, America's best-selling
To be fair, I'm sold. I mean, I am salivating like a mother right now. I've got to say, I'll be sad when I get through to the end of these 64 tapes. The one that this batch came from. That you know what I mean, because it's been good stuff.
Your teeth are attacked by plaque acid, so in theory, the best thing is to brush after every meal and snack. In practice, when that's not possible, you can chew, because chewing Orbit or Wrigley's Extra produces more of your mouth's natural defense, saliva, which, as your dentist will tell you,
Funnily enough, you don't see so many of these medical claims these days.
Decay throughout the day. So whenever you eat, chew.
I mean, if I did that, I wouldn't be the size I am now.
In Lonely Planet, Ian Wright gets to meet Miss Chili.
How come they're so well preserved?
Discovers a kind of Chilean Woodstock and ends up on Easter Island.
The most remote island in the world.
Lonely Planet, Wednesday, 8:30 on Channel 4.
Spencer, Nicholas John.
And the beat goes on. Politics and their price. The lover and his lies.
Just the latest off the conveyor belt.
Rockers with added attitude.
Keeping the kale going.
Try starch.
And the beat goes on tomorrow at 10 on 4.
Now on 4, Brad Pitt stars in the Robert Redford film A River Runs Through It.
I think what I'm going to do, instead of going through the laborious process right now of finding every ad break, if you look elsewhere on my YouTube channel, I think I'm going to upload this to Twitch as a VOD. So if you're not watching it on YouTube, go to my YouTube. The URL's up there. And you'll be able to find all of the ads from that film. And probably some other stuff too. Because, well, I mean, definitely some other stuff, let's face it. You know, I'm not going to waste my time and yours by going through all of the ads now, but yeah, by the time you watch this, the ads will be there, almost certainly. There we go. There's the end of the film. I can quite honestly say I didn't just sit and watch it, but if it's good, do let me know. Come on, interrupt the credits. Again, it's a real flip turn from when I was actually recording this kind of thing and watching this kind of thing. You'd be like, oh, don't you dare talk out. Introducing Joseph Gordon-Levitt, wow. Whatever happened to him? Surprisingly much. I mean, I know he was always kind of funny in Third Rock from the Sun, but I still didn't expect him to go on to have the career that he's had. Do check back this time next week for more judgment from me in the same vein. Also on Wednesday, I will be streaming. I'll be doing the live version of this, which is much longer, but there's lots of people there, so it doesn't feel as awkward. That's at twitch.tv/GeekyPete. And yeah, all the stuff up there above. Tweet me at What's on the Tapes. Subscribe to YouTube. That. And if you're feeling generous and if you're enjoying this, donate. tinyurl.com/whatatip. Thank you everyone who's been supporting this. It really, I say it a lot, but it has slightly blown my mind, and I hope that we can continue to do some cool stuff together. Certainly the number of tapes I've got sat there's no end in sight. God. I mean, sure, this feels like an ending point, but the credits are going on forever.
Oscar winner Nicolas Cage, Red Rock West, next Monday at 10 on 4.
I don't like Lucien.
A Nick Cage season, I guess.
On 4 next, the story of the great Marvin Gaye is told through his sons, friends and family. A story of inner city blues.
Prostitutes and Camilla Parley, a big mouth.
For me, images of the erotic woman in no way subordinate or degrade women, but in fact glorify and glamorize her.
Faye Weldon reveals what she's reading and quiver at John Woo's latest Broken Arrow. Pack 'em in and pile 'em high. Big Mouth tomorrow, 11:05 on 4.
And I think that is as good a place as any to stop. Thank you for joining me. As I say, all the ads from this tape are going to be up on my YouTube channel by the time you watch this. So go and click and watch those. Otherwise, if you're coming to the live stream, I'll see you on Wednesday. And if not, have a great night. Or morning or day. I don't know how to do endings. Bye.
My friend Pete buys lots of shit videos, then watches them so we don't have to. He's not found any blueies yet. He's gonna find some blueies and get kicked off of Twitch. The dirty little man. He's found the trailer for Vic and Bob. He's found a knob. In that I mean no Ledmans. Pete's got 1,000 videos. Where he keeps them nobody knows. I think he's got 1 or 2 up his ass. Don't you dare be a grass, because he's watching them so we don't have to. He's watching all the shit so we don't have to. Lots of news at 10s with Trevor McDonald.